Reports have came out today that we may be coming to the end of yet another Doctor, and maybe even the end of Doctor Who itself at this rate. These reports are saying that Ncuti Gatwa has allegedly quit Doctor Who, or is on the verge of quitting, which means his time in the TARDIS is about to come to an end. So, should we be worried, and what does all this mean, and why has Ncuti Gatwa quit after one season? Well, let's get the show out of the way first. We know he has already filmed season 2 of the show and this year's Christmas special. We've seen the trailers for the 15th Doctor with his new companion, so we've definitely got that coming. But the BBC have not yet started filming season 3, and that is because of their Disney Plus deal, which was only a 2-season deal with the 60th anniversary specials, and then was going to be reviewed with Disney based on performance. Unfortunately, season 1 did not bring back the huge Doctor Who hype amongst the general public that we were all hoping for, and so the shooting for season 3 has been up in the air for a while now. And this is where we come to Ncuti Gatwa, an actor who is gaining a bigger reputation in the acting world every day, from starring on massive Netflix originals like Sex Education, to appearing in the Barbie movie, which was just absolutely massive, to now Doctor Who. He is ready to fly off into pure stardom. And so with the BBC being unsure as to whether or not season 3 will have the green light or not, I can understand why Ncuti Gatwa might be considering quitting or has already quit. This all came from a source to the Sun newspaper. Now, whether you want to believe the Sun or not is your choice, but let's just read what they said. They said, quote, "Ncuti doesn't want to be tied to the series beyond this and plans to relocate to Los Angeles with several Hollywood projects standing by for him. If this is true, it's clear Ncuti wants to do new things, and being held back by the uncertainty of a season 3 or not, especially since filming can only start after Disney gives the all clear, after the ratings of season 2 have came out, so after we've gotten season 2, Gatwa could be waiting another year or 2 before he eventually has even finished filming or even started the filming with Doctor Who season 3, and then he will have to consider marketing and everything for it, so it all becomes quite a lot. All of this holding him back from being in major Hollywood films." The source continued saying, "His team also see a lot of fan backlash from the series and don't want the perception of him still being the Doctor to get in the way of any future work. The show has been poorly managed in recent years, and there's a lot of people who've been working on the show for years and now being cast aside due to poor leadership. People warned some episodes were getting too caught up on an agenda rather than telling a story, and those people got shouted down, ignored." Now, I don't think Doctor Who is anywhere near as good as it used to be, but I do think this source could be either exaggerating here or there is some misinformation. I don't think any of the backlash has necessarily been associated with Ncuti Gatwa in the role, but rather the writing. Many have said Doctor Who's woke agenda since Russell T Davies returned hasn't helped the show. Now, Doctor Who has always been progressive, but at the extent of the way it's being done now, I do think it is a bit different. I do believe there have been many points in this new version of the show where these points have been shoehorned in without being properly written into the show. And if you want to see a full video on all of that, you can go and click the card somewhere up there, or there'll be a link down below in the description. However, in saying all that, a lot of these new directions for the show isn't new for Ncuti Gatwa. He tends to appear in more socially progressive storylines like the ones in Sex Education or Barbie, and is an openly queer actor. However, if his team does believe these progressive storylines aren't being executed well in Doctor Who, which I personally don't think they are, then I can understand why they may be concerned. And it does seem like the atmosphere of Doctor Who right now is very much you do not speak up against these things, because if you do, you'll be shouted down, like it said in the article. Now, according to the article, it is believed that Ncuti has filmed his regeneration scene, which would suggest that he is not returning for season 3 and wouldn't do the 3-series run every mainline Doctor since Tennant has done. However, since Ncuti Gatwa hasn't confirmed or said anything, I'm not sure how accurate that is. I don't believe they would have filmed his regeneration scene at the end of season 2 because they all thought they were going to return for season 3 straight away. Then there is fears that this could just end Doctor Who altogether, which I think is slightly dramatic, but I could see why those fears are coming up. Personally, I don't think we have anything to fear about the 15th Doctor leaving just yet, but I do understand Gatwa's team's frustration because he is basically stuck from doing more intense projects because of being tied down to a season 3 that may or may not come. Now, interestingly, the BBC have responded to this article by discussing it with the Mirror, but they don't mention anything about Ncuti Gatwa quitting, they just talk about the future of the show. They say, quote, "This story is incorrect. Doctor Who has not been shelved. As we have previously stated, the decision on season 3 will be made after season 2 airs. The deal with Disney Plus was for 26 episodes, and exactly half of those still have to transmit. And as for the rest, we never comment on the Doctor and future storylines." So it's interesting that they don't actually disprove here that Ncuti Gatwa might have quit. But then again, has he quit just after season 2, or has he quit saying he'll quit after season 3? But what do you guys think about this? Do you think this article is true and that Ncuti Gatwa has quit and won't be returning for a season 3? Or do you think he hasn't quit but his team are concerned about the way the writing and the production has gone about in Doctor Who? What do you guys all think about this? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments, and as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.